BRU can find an agency to kind of run into RRQ and expect to get away, without any scratches. This lineup of RRQ punishes BRU's aggression.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Game number 2 of our first matchup for today. This time, BRU starts on the blue side. RRQ is on the red. And RRQ only needs to win this one to win this entire matchup outright. So let's go and see how it's going to roll. As Helios and Arcany, of course, will be taking on to that middle lane. Kassadin laning up against the Karma here. And like you mentioned, it's not exactly the most favorable kind of lane here for the Karma, but nevertheless, BRU is going to have to find a way to make it work for them.
And I think BRU needs to take advantage of this early game for Arcany. Push Helios.
The Rift Herald now. Exison just holding the line now as Hyde and Chaz are going to be starting the Rift Herald and should be finishing that. What is just now just moving in now to try to disrupt that. They do get the first blood though onto the Morgana, but then now it looks like they are just going to try to disengage here, having already lost out on that Rift Herald. RRQ now looks like they are getting themselves off to a good start.
Thankfully, Chaz took the Rift Herald away before he got slain. Would have been incredibly bad news for RRQ if BRU gets the Rift Herald, because they were also able to take that dragon. Helios was trying to play a bit of disruption at that dragon pit, but he was not able to get much done, and BRU at least stick their foot down on one of the objectives. But with this Rift Herald, it is going to allow RRQ to get a free turret, irregardless of what lane they drop it in, because they have the Ziggs. Rift Herald charge plus a satchel is almost enough to break that structure. And this Rift Herald charge is going to take down this tier 1 top as well. So RRQ are finding some breaks, some cracks on the map.
Yeah, finally getting some things done now. So that's going to be the first turret to fall, and it's actually going to be BRU's side that concedes it, not the RRQ, even though their top side turret has been under siege for very much this early phase of the game. So Golden Feet, Noel, and What the Jess are shadowing this turret right now because they're thinking about making a counter-attack here to make up for that loss. So maybe they might just find a kill here in the form of Chaz, who just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Lovely move from What the Jess. He used the Death Charge, and he also flashed just to get the passive route onto Chaz, so that Chaz wouldn't be able to use his flash. Now they will continue. Yeah,
Galio is going to be the next one on the menu though, but then look at that. The ultimate coming in from the Ziggs just disrupts them in the right possible time there, so BRU is going to disengage for now. The better it is going to be for them, and having already had the Drake, the Ocean Drake in their hands, that will certainly want to be able to maintain control over most of the objectives here.
Yeah, just another attempt on BRU, but you're trying to crack through all these very bulky members of RRQ. They're looking to take a move top. Not able to find anything on Noel though. BRU re-engaging bot.
Yeah, they're still trying though. They're still trying to poke holes in that armor here to see if they can just finally find some way through. Oh no, that's a good drag there. Exison now going to be completely caught up in this. They do get a kill onto the Nautilus though. Might not be working out the best for them, but they have Exison completely caught up now. But unfortunately don't really have the help to dive him into that turret, so they will have to recall back to base anyway. Oh, this little skirmish that's been going on in this bottom lane is just never going to be ending anytime soon, I feel.
Honestly, good trade for BRU. They lose What the Jess, but they are able to get rid of Hyde. So that's a huge injection of gold for Golden Feet.
Yeah, so for the moment though, looks like RRQ is already having their sights set onto this Rift Herald, and BRU doesn't want to let them take it without a fight though. They're going to have to jump onto Helios there. He's going to be wisely backing off, and now Exison is going to be forced to try to tank all of that damage there. They do manage to take the Rift Herald though, and now RRQ is disengaging. Get any sort of lockdown onto them though. Unfortunately, will have to back down here. But then they could certainly try to transition this into a lane push though if they were so inclined to.
All of the players on RRQ are very slippery. They have some kind of ability, and that includes Exo if he uses that ultimate to escape. You know, Viper, he has the Satchel Charge, Helios has Rift Walk, Chaz has Leap, and Hyde has that Slice and Dice. So BRU is going to find it pretty hard to lock them down without What the Jess or without Bank landing a binding, but they will try.
Oh, nice one. Good catch there onto Viper, but then they need to have the follow-up coming through, and it's not coming fast enough though. BRU, unfortunately, may have just lost an opportunity there to take out Viper outright. But at least they are allowing RRQ to know that they are still going to try to find these openings here.
They are losing the side lanes. RRQ, they are setting up with the 1-3-1 again, and they have just gotten so much value out of it. Now they are looking for a collapse at Dragon.
Yeah, and with the blue buff still up in the air though, I think they're going to have to counteract this sooner rather than later, as the Dragon is now almost true now. They do, BRU does get the Drake, but then now they're going to have to defend against his attack, and unfortunately the Galio is going to have to take one for the team here as it gets shut down here. But then now they've already backed off. The Dragon very much firmly in the hands of BRU United, so at least in terms of objectives, they are getting those.
And RRQ was able to take Noel to the grave with EXO. Another exchange that I think is worth more for RRQ, simply because you are killing that Garen, you're taking him away from the side lanes. And BRU's worries have just mounted by a bit, with RRQ sending healers to run that side lane and sending High to do the same. And we are seeing the ideation of BRU. They chose stack together, and they got nothing out of it. And now Noel, he will at least get this tier 1.
Yeah, he should be able to at least get this one. And RRQ may be in position to try to get some revenge onto him if he decides to overextend. But he does have Golden Feet alongside though, so that's going to make it quite hard. Viper is already taken out in the meantime though, and that might be a bit of an issue in the mid lane here, because now what the Jets is going to be facing a bit of facing off there with Exorcist and Chaz, and now he's going to be taking all of that damage, gets taken down. Now Chaz is going to have to run away there as Arcane Golden Feet tries to get some revenge with his teammate, and Exorcist comes in here to try to give them some space. But then now look at that though, here comes a Renekton. He is attempting to try to take down Bang, but now it's going to find the tables have turned onto this Lizard here, and unfortunately that's given a kill now to BRU, and it doesn't allow them to just go ahead and find another one here onto Exorcist. Exorcist able to get away there just in the nick of time. Noel, that ultimate there coming in from Viper almost takes him down, but then he still had enough health regardless though.
So much patience from EXO. The Jazz is standing under the vision ward.
Yeah, and this is almost certainly going to be spotted out immediately as a Chaz Scooby-Woo's recall. But, oh boy, it looks like he unfortunately is going to be the victim this time around, as the barrier comes out, doesn't do anything at all to stave off this theft of the Nautilus. So yeah, despite the fact that BRU had been quite consistently been able to take both of the dragons here, they haven't really been able to convert that into actual objective takes here on the Rift. All of the turrets here, sorry, not all the turrets, I mean the tier 1 turrets are still mostly taken down here on the RRQ side, but then with the amount of objectives already taken by BRU United, you'd expect it would have at least a few more extra turret takes, but so far RRQ has been able to hold them up at bay for quite the time now.
EXO just way too beefy for BRU to even consider. A very tight game. And it might just come down to one more objective, but this time it would not be as clear-cut. The one thing that BRU has is a lot of individual pickups. If you get a dredge line onto you, if you get knocked up by a death charge into a Morgana binding, it is almost guaranteed death because they have execution damage.
Oh, Galio, wrong place, wrong time. Exorcist is going to be facing the brunt of the pressure here. He's going to get popped off now, but the RQ are going to be looking to try to get some trades. They do find one in the form of Fiora, though, but they can find some more. Noel still continuing to spin around, though, in the middle of this pack now, as BRU now moves to disengage, and RQ gives chase. Viper attempting to try to hold his own, while Chaz and Helios tried to jump, but didn't find the target they're looking for until just now, when the Nautilus finally gives up the ghost. Now Noel still continuing to try.
RRQ.
Yeah, oh, Hyde. Oh, he thought he had it there, but then the execution coming out from Noel just came at the right time there. And the Renekton, unfortunately, will be the one to fall. And yeah, I think like you're right. If once Golden Feet falls, it's not a lot of damage to come out from BRU's side. So even though they have all of that sustain, when you don't have the damage, you cannot end the fights anyway, so you're just left struggling and try to dance around to mitigate all of that damage, but still not able to end it.
And also, if BRU commits, there's no way they're running away from RRQ. Chaz has evolved wings, so he gets a long range. He has longer leap range, he resets on every takedown. You have Helios, he's gonna chase you down with that Rift Walk. At BRU, they don't really have a tool to disengage completely from RRQ. RRQ will stick to them like a parasite until BRU expires. And that is something that I don't think BRU can solve. And the only way to do it is
Burium and
actually to take
RRQ
down.
is just constantly going to be having this stare down for quite some time.
Good work from Noel. He killed Chaz, he took that GA away, and he stopped the Dragon attack, but RRQ are going back.
Yeah, they're trying to go back onto this. It was an attempt by Burium side, but then
Oh,
RRQ are now
Noel.
suffering a lot from this right now. Stasis is going to be set up there as Coldenfee attempts to try to break right
Big
through the
ult.
line, but oh, big ultimate there. Getting all of Burium completely wiped off the map here practically. Look at that, one by one. Members of Burium are starting to fall as RRQ are wiping clean this mid lane here of its turrets now. And it looks like they are setting up for the Nexus. They don't want to wait any longer.
5 members of RRQ in the red zone, and no one from BRU could finish the job. The resets from Helios, the resets from Chaz, the mobility to chase down BRU from all the way